since year 2000. So I have attended many retreats in Sri Lanka, and I have gone through all Satipatthana once, all Satipatthana Bhavana in one of under one Bhante.
Yeah, there is another lady who joins today. She has not joined, so we'll continue where we left yesterday.
Okay, yes, good.
Okay, so what we are supposed to do for the five aggregates, we are talking about the Vedana, sensation. It can be called a sensation, but actually it is more about experience. Whatever we call as experience is Vedana. So you'll experience either pleasure, you'll experience pain, or you'll experience neutral. Okay, so in the six senses, that's all the experience is. So when I say I'm experiencing, it means that it is Vedana. So I'm experiencing hot, again it is Vedana. I'm experiencing cold, again it is Vedana. I'm experiencing feverish, it's again Vedana. I'm experiencing hunger, it's Vedana. I'm experiencing thirst, again it is Vedana. So you got the point. Everything that you experience is Vedana. Yes, sir.
But one Vedana is related to the physical Vedana and mental.
So there are two Vedanas. So there are 108 Vedanas which Buddha explains. So he starts with two Vedana. Kayika Chetasika, two Vedana. Then somebody asks him, is that only two Vedana? He says, no, there are three Vedana. So he says, Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana, Adukha Sukha Vedana. Then they ask only three. He says there are five Vedanas. He says, Sukha Indriya, Dukkha Indriya, Somanasa Indriya, Domanasa Indriya, Upekha Indriya. There are five. Then they ask, oh, only this much? No, then he says there are six Vedana. Chakku sampajjasa Vedana, Sota sampajjasa Vedana, Ghana sampajjasa Vedana, Jibha sampajjasa Vedana, like that. Then they ask only this much. Then he says in each one of them there is a Somanasa, Domanasa, Upekha. Then they ask only this much. No. You have for householder, you have for recluse, Nekkamma, and one set for householder. So then they ask only this much. No. In that past, present, future. So all taken together 108. Okay. So if you ask me, is there a Kayika Vedana separated out of Chetasika Vedana? Answer is yes. Is there a Vedana which is only Chetasika Vedana, not appearing Kayika Vedana? Yes. Is there a Vedana which is common between Kayika and Chetasika? Answer is yes. All the three combinations are there. Let's take one example. Hunger is a Kayika Vedana. There's an experience of hunger. But what food to eat is a Chetasika Vedana. It's not Kayika Vedana. Got it? Whether should I eat Indian food, whether I should eat Sri Lankan food, I eat Mexican food, or this food, that food is a Chetasika Vedana. It is not a Kayika Vedana. Kayika Vedana is only hunger. That's all. Chetasika Vedana is, Kayika Vedana is thirst. You feel thirsty. So whether you want to drink Coca-Cola, you want to drink coffee, you want to drink tea, you want to drink water, you want to drink something else, you want to drink beer, you want to drink whiskey, rum, gin, whatever you want to drink is Chetasika Vedana. That's not Kayika Vedana. Okay. Now, feeling of vilas, the experience of vilas is Chetasika Vedana, not a Kayika Vedana. Then you will not feel anything on the body as vilas. Feeling of anagarika vilas is chetasika vedana. Feeling of a teacher is a chetasika vedana, not kaika vedana. No vedana will come on your body that, oh, this is this is sukha and dukkha. So one has to observe what experience you're getting. So you get two experiences, one bodily experience, one mental experience. And what we are talking is a mental experience which is consisting of six senses. Got it? Salaitana is for the mind, not for the kaya, not for the dhatu. So in Buddha Dhamma, there is dhatu vibhanga, salaitana vibhanga. They both are different. So if you talk dhatu vibhanga, it will start with patavi, apo, tejo, vayo, akasa, and vinyana. If you talk about salaitana, it starts with salaitana. What is salaitana? So
Acha, I mentioned about Dhatu Vibhang. Can Vinyan be considered as Dhatu?
no, dhatu is dhatu. Dhatu means quality of an element. So there are two things, right? Or rather, if you go by Abhidhamma, then you have what you have? You have the Rupa, Chitta, Chetasika, Nibbana. Correct? Now, in Rupa, if somebody asks, what is Rupa? It is Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Varna, Rasa, Gandha, Oja. That is all. Nothing more. With Rupa, the Vedana comes. Whether it is the Rupa of this or Rupa Jhana or Arupa Jhana or these three. In all the three, you get an experience, and the experience is Vedana. Okay. There will be there would be one or the other kind of feeling which will come. So, a good meditator is one who can understand whether it is body, that is kaika, meaning through dhatu, or is it chetasika. Then you don't require all 108. Only two you can do. You don't even require three. You just two. So when I want to do dhatu vibhanga, then there's only looking at what is Pathavi, what is Apo, what is Tejo, what is Vayu, what is Akasa, what is Vinyana. With that I can attain Nibbana. I don't require the Salaitana. Okay. But if I want to go by the Vedana way, then I require Salaitana. I require the Chakku Aitana, Sota Aitana, Ghana Aitana, Jiva Aitana, Kaya Aitana, Mano Aitana, Rupa Aitana, Saddha Aitana, Gandha Aitana, like that. 12 of them. I need to know the field of the 12. I just cannot do with Chakku, or I just cannot do with Kaya. No. Kaya Vedana is one, that is when I am doing closing the eyes and watching the sensation appearing in the body, that is one part of it. At just one of the six, not all of the six. So in the Salaitana Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha explains how you should take care of the Salaitana. And in the Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha explains to Pukkasati, if you are meditating, he says, I am meditating, and then he says what you should meditate. You should meditate on Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, Akasa, and Vinyana. That is what it is. And in the Maharahulavada Sutta, he explains both of them.
Acha, sir, I did not get actually, I'm little confused, in a dhatu, Vibhang, why are you taking Vinyan here?
Because it has a quality of knowing. Vijnana has a quality of knowing. So the question comes, what is Vijnana? And in the Mahavedala Sutta, there's an explanation given by Sariputta. He says, Vijanati Vijanati iti Vijnana. It knows. The question is, what does it know? Sukham Vijanati, Dukkham Vijanati, Adukka Asukham Vijanati. Okay. Now in the Kajjiniya Sutta, it's beautiful one because it gives you a complete knowledge of what is Vedana. He says, what is what is Vijnana? He says, what is Vijnana? Vijnana is that which knows. That is salty, this is sugar, this is astringent, this is katu, like that. All the six taste. You are not teaching. Are you teaching the tongue? This is sweet. No, it knows it is sweet. Are you teaching the eye? This is an object. Sight? No. Are you teaching the ear? This is the sound. Hey, come on, ear, listen. No. It knows.
My question is a little different,
Yes, go ahead.
When we are talking about the dhatus, why do you mix up the consciousness in that?
Now, again, I'm telling you, consciousness, see, then you should understand how life comes. Vakkantiya sati namarupa. Okay. Before that, before Vakkanti happens, before it arises, it arrives. The five dhatu, along with the Vijnana, comes. And that is what is called as Gandhabba. Inside the Gandhabba, there are four kaya. So, first kaya, which is required for it to sustain, is Aharaja, or rather Karajakaya. Without Karajakaya, it cannot stay anywhere. There is no life for Karajakaya. Then it requires Utu, environment, a proper environment. So the Gandhabba should have Utujakaya. Then it requires the light, Chittajakaya. Then it requires Kamma, Kammajakaya. Kammam Khetta, Vijnana Bija, Tanha Sineho. So Kamma is the ground, field. So Kammajakaya. Consciousness, Vijnana, is the bija, that's a seed which is there in the chitta. It just lights up. Then Tanha Sineho, that is the moisture, is what? Moisture is craving. So, why Vijnana is required in the dhatu is because without that there is no life. If you see in DN 15, Mahanidana Sutta, it's very clear, he explains. Ananda, is there a possibility that you can define a being entering into the body without Vijnana? He says no. What if that Vijnana were to depart? Can the growth, maturity can happen? He says no. So the dhatu are 6, 5 plus 1. Okay. Because of the Vijnana, there is a feeling. Otherwise, there is no feeling. So when I am doing Vipassana, I am doing means who? The knower is doing Vipassana. Who is knowing? Who is the knower? The knower is the Vijnana. It knows. What it knows? It knows two things. It has perception Sanya, and it has Vedana, feeling. Okay. And hence, in the Mahavedana Sutta, when this question was asked, Sariputta explains properly what he says. Vijnana needs to be understood, Panya needs to be developed. If you develop only one feeling out of the 12 feelings, or 108 feelings, then you are partial. You have to know all the fields. Or if you are not getting the ayatana way, then you should go by the dhatu. Got it? So now you have two options, either by dhatu or by salayatana. You choose. Based upon your maturity, you can choose. Oh, I will take dhatu. So dhatu vibhanga will give you how to experience. That is the Vedana. Experience is a Vedana. How you will experience through the Vijnana, consciousness. The Adukha Asukha Vedana or Upekha. That is where the middle path is. Not going to two extremes, but understanding the middle path. The middle path is Upekha, which is Adukha Asukha Vedana. So, non-reaction means what? Non-reaction means either you are not going into the Sukha or you are not going to Dukkha. These two are Vedanas which are coming because the consciousness knows, Vijnana knows. Sukham Vijanati, Dukkham Vijanati. And the question is asked, what is Vedana? Vedayati, Vedayati, iti Vijnana. Iti Vedana. It feels, and hence it is called as Vedana. So the question comes, what it feels? Sukham Vedayati, Dukkham Vedayati, Adukha Sukham Vedayati. You feel pleasant, you feel painful, you feel neutral. That are three feelings what you get, nothing else. So, if I am going by the second one, after Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vijnana, my practice should be Salayatana Vibhanga. If I am going by the Rupa, the first one, Rupam Attato Samanupassati, like that, if I want to really experience what is Rupa, then I have to go by the Dhatu Vibhanga. Okay, when I do that, what happens? It breaks. Like in the Maharahulavada Sutta, Buddha first explains the 5 aggregates. Rahula cannot understand. Then Sariputta says, Rahula, you do Anapanasati. And Rahula, without knowing what is Anapanasati, sits there only and observes the breath, thinking that that is Anapanasati. And he comes out and he asks the Buddha, how do I do Anapanasati? Because I don't know what you are talking about. Then Buddha explains, this is Anapanasati. What? First you have to discern Pathavi, discern Apo, discern Tejo, discern Vayu, discern Akasa. Then you have to make mind be like Pathavi, be like Apo, be like Tejo, be like Vayu, be like Akasa. Then you have to make your mind to be in Metta, Karuna, Mudita, Upekka, Anichyata. Okay. Then Patigha should be removed. Now you are ready for Anapanasati. Now the question comes, why like that? Why I cannot observe the breath? Yeah, breath observation is samatha, but it is not Anapanasati. For the Anapanasati, I had to do like exactly mentioned in MN62, Maharahulavada Sutta. So the foundation for Maharahulavada Sutta are two suttas, which is Dhatu Vibhanga Sutta and Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta. This is what I require to understand the five aggregates. If I am getting confused, I should go to Chula Vedala Sutta to understand whether I am having Sakkaya Ditti. Because if I have Sakkaya Ditti, I cannot experience Dhatu Vibhanga nor I can experience Salayatana Vibhanga, and that shows I am not a Sotapanna. That's another way to see whether I am a Sotapanna or not a Sotapanna is to see whether I am experiencing Dhatu Vibhanga or Salayatana Vibhanga. If I have no experience at all, that is, what should be experienced is not getting experienced, I am only getting intellectual information, then I am not a Sotapanna. So I should stop that and only work out for Sotapanna. This what we are talking is beyond a Sotapanna. So assuming that we are all, or whoever is there, are all above Sotapanna or at least Sotapanna, we are now discussing how you should practice. So the test for all of us is to see whether we can see Patvi as Patvi, Apo as Apo, Tejo as Tejo, Vayu as Vayu, Akasha as Akasha, Vinyana as Vinyana. That shows us that the five aggregates, Upadana, is not there. Got it? So let's say I don't know, am I Sotapanna or not a Sotapanna? Very easy. You stand in front of the mirror and you see your face, and if you are seeing your face as yourself, that means you are not a Sotapanna. That's it, over. Case closed. Nothing more. Nothing I need to do. I don't have to force like this. No. The moment I see, I am seeing myself in the mirror or in this camera. Done. Over. Game over. I am not a Sotapanna. But when I see Akasa. In this Akasa. This is Pathavi. This is Apo. This heat. Usma. Okay, heat. And there is Asapassa. Why? If I am able to see it like this dhatu, Rupam Attato Samanapasati will not be there. Because it is 5, at least minimum 4 dhatus. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. Akasa is here. So I have seen this Akasa also. 5. Okay. If I find out that Rupavantam Vattanam will not be there, that means I look so beautiful or I look this ugly or whatever it is will not be there. The second one is done. Third one, Attani Va Rupam. I am inside this body. No. I've got nothing to do with this body. Why? When I see this Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Ajata is like this, Bahida also like that. Nothing to take. Immediately I get Nibidda, disillusionment. So the Vedana at that point is Upekha. Then the Sanya is Anicca Sanya. Sankhara are all Samatha. Vinyana is Nirodha. And hence, I have attained Sotapanna. Got it? That's simple as that. The exercise I need to do is just stand in front of the mirror. Nothing I need to do. See whether I am seeing myself.
Once more, will you repeat what you explained just now,
See, there are 5 aggregates. Correct? When I call I am Vilas, what is that I am Vilas? Is hair Vilas? Is teeth Vilas? Is eyes Vilas? Is nose Vilas? Is tongue Vilas? Like that you can question. Rupam, the Rupa, whatever Rupa. Attato, this is mine. Rupam Attato, he stays in that. Samanupassati. Sama is equal. Anupassana is to take this whole object and see it is you. This belongs to me. Now the question is, if I am seeing like Akasa, Akasa here, Akasa here, Patavi here, Nakha, Danta, Tacho, Mamsa, Atti, that's sufficient. Kesa, Loma, what is this? Saliva, urine. If I take it to be myself, when I see this video here, camera, and I feel myself, I am not a Sotapanna. Simple. Because I am taking Rupam Attato Samanupassati. I am taking this as my body. If I am taking this as my body, the Vedana is Sukha Vedana. The Sanya is Nitya Sanya. I will be there all the time. Sankhara is Punyabhi Sankhara, Apunyabhi Sankhara, Anenjabhi Sankhara. So, taking this to be mine, I will do good deeds, I will do bad deeds, and I will do jhanik attainments. Okay. Then the Vinyana is Namarupa. Who is this? Vilas. This body belongs to Vilas. Second one, Rupavantam va Attanam. Meaning, if somebody congratulates or appreciates me, Vilas, you look so young. Oh, yeah, I look very young. So that is second one. Then the third one, Attani va Rupam. That means I am inside this body. I am. Whoever that I am is inside the body. Then the fourth one is very critical. Rupasmi va Attanam. Now the Asmimana, the ego has come. These are the four ways to see whether I have broken that the aggregate or not. If I have not broken, you know what happens? When I see this Rupa like this, it is me. If it is me, Vedana is Sukha Vedana. If it is Sukha Vedana, the craving is there. Why? Raga is there. If there is a Raga, the Dvesha also should be there. If Raga Dvesha is there, the Moha will be there to protect Vilas. So if somebody says to me that you are not good, I get terribly angry. How can you tell me like that? Which is Rupavantam Vattanam, the ego. Sorry, Rupasmim Vattanam, Asmi Mana, that Asmi. Okay. Now, when I have, yes.
Now, which you mentioned, 4 parts in order to see whether you have overcome the Sakai Ditti. So, can you mention the name, number of the...
I had given it earlier also. It is 22, SN 22.55, Udana Sutta.
SN 20?
2.55.
Okay.
I had given earlier also. No problem. So take it. Now we are come to the second section of Vedana. Got it? We come to the second one. Vedana. Yes,
Excuse me, can I clear another point? Now there is another division Buddha has explained, the Vedana, Samisa, Niramisa and Samisa, Niramisa. Can you explain that?
Ha.
Swamisa, Niramisa,
That is
and in
sukha.
the first edition.
In the sukha and dukkha, in the sukha and dukkha, that is in the pleasure and pain, there is niramisa sukha and the samisa sukha. And niramisa dukkha and samisa dukkha. First, we have to understand what is Vedana, then we will go to that. But since you asked me, let me answer it straight away. Samisa means mixed with.
Sensual.
No, mixed with. Samisa means mixed with. So, if it is mixed with something, it is samisa. Now, the question comes what it is mixed with? It is mixed with sensual, either with taste, or with smell, or with sound, or with sight, or with touch, something. It has got mixed. So, the sukha, what I am getting, is mixed one, but I feel very happy. I got it. Like I come to Sri Lanka and then they give me one coconut rice. And along with that, they give some gravy. So when I was in Sri Lanka in April, my friend used to feed me that. He used to tell Vilas this coconut rice. And when we even went to Ruan Velisaya, there we had gone on a Poya day. So there are a lot of the people were distributing. So we ate. It was very tasty. That tasting thing is Rajaniya, enticing or arousing. That taste is Samisa Sukha. What is Niramisa Sukha? The jhana. First jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, till the ninth jhana, if you go, it is Niramisa Sukha. It is not with sensuality. It is Rupa, but not with Kama.
Yes. Yeah, I got it.
You got it?
Thank-
Then you
Yeah.
drop the Rupa. You come into the Arupa. With Rupa, very, very, very subtle. But you are in Arupa. So the body feeling is not there. Now that is the highest Niramisa Sukha. Okay. You are one level closer, almost closer to the Nirodha Samapatti when the mind lets go of perception first. There's nothing to perceive, no object to perceive. So the sanya goes away. Then comes Vedana, the experiencer. That is also gone. Now I have attained Nirodha, complete Nirodha. There is no experiencer and there is no experience. So it shuts down. The system is shut down. That system shutting down is Nirodha Samapatti, which is the highest of the highest. That is Niramisa Sukha. Now there is Niramisa Dukkha, Samisa Dukkha. I eat coconut rice with an expectation and then they made it too hot. Give me some water. It is so hot, I'm sweating. I require a fan or an air conditioner. These all are Samisa Dukkha.
Samisa.
Niramisa Dukkha is I'm not getting first jhana. I'm not getting second jhana. I'm not getting jhana at all. Okay. I'm doing sankhara, but that sankhara is useless. It's not giving me anything. So I'm neither getting, because my punyabhi sankhara is not there, or I'm having apunyabhi sankhara. Because of that, aninjabhi sankhara is not being met. So it becomes samisa dukkha. So you have to really experience it for yourself to understand how the niramisa dukkha is. you know what happens in the heart region? You get contraction. Your heart contracts. So when there's a contraction in the heart, you feel terrible actually. You can feel it. You'll feel a contraction. But when you are sukha, you feel an expansion in the heart region. You get in the Hadaivattu, it expands, it opens up. So you feel very happy. And if you're not, you get crumpled up, which is the dukkha. You're squeezing yourself. It's just squeezing. That is the dukkha. Sukha is you're expanding. So somebody asked, hey Vilas, you're so happy today. Yeah, this happened, that happened. That is, I'm explaining the experience, and that is sukha, vedana, which is come there. If somebody asks, Vilas, why are you looking so dull? Yeah, from morning, etc., that is the vedana, which is dukkha vedana. These two vedana are somanasa domanasa. They are not sukha dukkha actually. So in the MN 137 Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha gives a distinction between Kayika Vedana and the Chetasika Vedana. So when we are doing Vipassana, we are actually doing Chetasika Vedana, not the Kayika Vedana. So you can ignore the body pain. You can bypass the body pain. Why? Because you have ability to do it in the mind. So the body uncomfortableness is lost. So when I'm sitting for hours together, watching the sensation arising and passing away and arising and passing away, ultimately I see the somanasa domanasa upekha. That's what he explains here. 36 type. Okay. 18 meant for householder, 18 meant for recluse. Okay. That's what it is. So, first part is over. Which one? Rupa. Clear? Now we are coming to the second part, Vedana. So, if I understand Rupa, Vedana will be Upekha. That's the idea. Why we are doing this is to make it Upekha. No Somanasa, no Domanasa. It should be Upekha. If that is Upekha, let's say, then the Sanya becomes Anitya Sanya instead of Nitya Sanya. Vilas is a Nitya Sanya. This Salayatana is Anitya Sanya. Dhatu is a Anitya Sanya. The chariot example given in the Milinda Panha is a Nitya Sanya. The chariot always exists. It always there. So if you use the word impermanent to permanent, so chariot is always there. It's permanent. Okay. Or Nitya. If you were to take some other translation from Pani to Sanskrit, which they have made, they call it as Nitya and Anitya. Impermanence. Only when you see it disintegrated into different parts, then you know that it is anitya. Okay. For that, I need to know the anatta. There's no atta there. That means first I should have practiced rupam attato na samanupassati, rupavantam na attanam, attani va rupam na, rupa asmim na va atta. This I should have done. And then anatta helps me in looking at the dukkha, or As I see anatta, I see anicca. Both ways are possible. So the first step after establishing sila and all that is to see the five aggregates and take the first aggregate rupa. Let's say I have done it correctly. Then when I see like this, I only see space, Patavi, sweat is coming, Apo, I touch like this, Tejo, Asapasa, Vayu, done. Now I can ask a question. Okay, what if I were to do it on the breath? Yeah, you can do. When you do with the breath, close your eyes and do the breath. You can see Patavi, you can see Apo, you can see Tejo, you can see Vayu, you can see Akash also. Can I see using Kalapas? Yeah, you can come to atomic level. There also you will see Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akash. It depends on how you want to do it. But basically you have to get into Nibbidha. Nibbidha means disillusionment. That means you should get disillusioned by it. Illusion is vilas. Disillusion means there is no vilas. So if there is no vilas, immediately you get viraga and you get nirodha. Then you get peace, upasama. Then you are seeing it like Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, like that. So you get abhinyaya. Then you get four noble truths, sambodhaya. And hence you are in nibbana. So the moment you have done the dhatu vibhanga, the vedana will become upekha. The sanya will become anicca. Sankhara will become samatha. Vinyana will become nirodha. Then you are in nibbana. That's it. So you have to either take dhatu vibhanga or you take salayatana with five aggregates. That's it. No other process required. Let's say I am not able to get this. Okay, you use the any technique. You use the Burmese technique like Goenka or Ubakin, or you use Pa-Ok tradition technique, or you use Thai tradition, you use Sri Lankan tradition, you use Malaysian tradition, Cantonese tradition, Vietnamese tradition, this tradition, that tradition, whatever you want to use, you use. Objective here is that when you sit in front of the mirror or a camera, you should see it as five elements. Because you came as five element, only. You never came as Vilas. In this case, I never came as Vilas. I came as five element. That whatever was I came as five element with Vijnana. That is all what it is. So what I should see five element with Vijnana. So what he says, Cha Daturo Ayam Puriso. In the first sentence itself, to Pukkarasati, Buddha says, Pukkarasati, meditation, what you are doing, that is not the way to meditate. I will teach you, you listen. Same thing he tells Rahula. Rahula, sitting and looking at the breath is not going to help you, my dear friend. You have to do this much. Then you are ready for Anapanasati. Here also you can do Anapanasati using the Dhatu. You can do Anapanasati using the Salayatana. So when we do that, what happens? Then you get Piti. Then you get Sukha. Then you get Pasiddhi. Then you get Samadhi. Everything, whatever the 16 parts which is there in the Anapanasati, you will get it. So we have to go step by step. Okay. So what is the objective? The objective is understand the Rupa so that the Vedana becomes Upekha. Ignorance, Avidya, Pachaya, Sankhara. The Avidya is going behind the so manasa, do manasa, or sukha and dukkha, ignoring the middle. The middle is upekha. We don't even know what is upekha. It's not suppression of Vedana. That is, I will sit like this. No. Non-reaction is literally you don't have any interest on that. You have disinterested. You have literally come out of the illusion. And that is upekha. So in the Salayatana Vibhanga Sutta, he explains how to practice upekha. So if we were to go deeper into it, he says, first you understand householders' happiness, householders' unhappiness, householders' neutral. Then you understand recluse happiness, recluse unhappiness, and recluse upekha, which is neutral. Replace the householder happiness with the recluse happiness. First step. Then you replace the recluse unhappiness with householder unhappiness. Then you replace this recluse neutral with householders neutral. Okay. Then replace recluse unhappiness with recluse happiness. So then there was unhappiness. Then you replace happiness with upekha. With that, you have entered the middle path. Now you have taken control of the 6 senses. Cha ayatana. When I take control of 6 ayatana, I am jita indriya. That means the indriya has been won over. I won the battle with the 6 senses. So now I am ready. This is through salayatana. Dhatu. Now you can use the dhatu to enter into all the jhanas. Because consciousness is pure and bright. So once you understand this is Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, Akasa, consciousness lets go of it. So now it goes into first jhana, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Then in the Salayatana Vibhanga, he explains even more further. He says, my dear friend, it doesn't end there. You can go even further to it. What? Tell me what I can do. He says, not only that, you can do nanatta ekatta. That is, the 6 senses, you can stop it completely, which gets into ekatta. It's a beautiful way of doing it. And when you do that, ekatta, you enter into 4 arupa jhanas. Infinite space. Yes.
Acha, Sarji, do you mean to say unless we experience dhatus as a dhatus, means body as a dhatus, we cannot attain the jhanas.
Yes.
We cannot enter into the jhanas.
No. Not possible.
Yes. Okay.
Okay. And till we attain salayatana, you cannot understand the feelings. Got it? Salayatana is must for feelings. Dhatu is good for jhana. Now you decide what you want. You don't have to do separate thing for perception. You don't have to do anything separate. You don't have to do anything separate for sankhara. And you don't have to do anything separate for vinyana. Because you have to understand vinyana. Yes, sir.
Will you just, elaborate more deeply on the Salait and how to practice it? Because we have little bit understood about the dhatus, but about the Salait and how
So
to practice.
now I was talking about yesterday, right? So this is a formula you shouldn't forget. If Sukha Vedana will only come, that is, so Manasa will only come when Chakku Rupa Chakku Vinyana Sampassa happens with Itha, Kanta, Manapa, Kamupa Samhita, Piyarupa, Rajaniya. Got it? I'm seeing 4 of you. Initially, there is no feeling. There's only Chakuncha, Paticha, Rupe, Cha Upajjati, Chakku Vinyan. Correct? 4 of you are there. Tinna Sangati Passo. These 3 things got into a contact. Passa is like if you take a paddy rice and you pull it up like this and it comes out, something comes out of that. That is passa. So the most important aspect of Buddha Dhamma is to understand passa, not the Vedana. Passa. Now, if I miss how to understand the passa, then I can do Vedana. Got it? So in the
Is it
12 limb,
practically, is
yes.
it practically, means for the novice people like me, novice person like me, is it possible to catch it up at first level?
No. So you should do it at Vedana level. Should do it at Vedana level only. At the state of Anagami, you are at a Phassa level. But at the level of a Puttujana or Sotapanna, whichever way it is, best is Vedana. Because you can catch Tanha, craving. Now let's understand what happens, step by step process. So Phassa happens, Vedana. So what Buddha is saying is, when the Vedana comes, he makes it as Somanasa in that Salayatara Vibhanga. He doesn't talk about Vedana as such. He says Mano Upavichar. That is, in the mind you make up. What do you make up? I make up as Sukha, which is Somanasa, or Dukkha, which is Somanasa, or Upekha, which is neutral. How do I make it? When I see 4 of you, if I don't recognize you as somebody, it comes into Upekha immediately. That means no reaction, no action, becomes Kiriya Chitta, if I were to use that from Abhidhamma. Okay. Now I see 4 of you and just I see 4 of you. Not make it like Avinash or Nayak or Bhim Reddy or Bhimrao. You are by name, agreed. But I am seeing you either as a Dhatu or as a Salayatan. Just the Chakku Ayatan. Oh yeah, it is touched and then I am seeing. That's it. Upekha is there. But slowly it changes into Sukha or Dukkha. So Manasa or Do Manasa. How? First comes Itha, liking. Right? Liking. I like Avinash a lot. How do I like? Because my mindset, his mindset matches. So I like him. What about Nayak? Nayak also is okay, but how about Bhim Reddy? Bhim Reddy is fine. He eats my brain, so I don't want to talk that much to him. How about Bhimrao? Bhimrao never calls me, so I don't know. That is Upekha there. Do Manasa with Bhim Reddy. Then Nayak also not really Upekha, not really Do Manasa, in between. And with Avinash, it is Somanasa. Okay. Now, what did I carry? With the Chakuncha Paticha Rupecha Upajati Chakku Vinyanam. With Bhimrao, neutral. With Bhim Reddy, Do Manasa. With Nayak, maybe we'll call Upekha. And then with Avinash, Somas. So, out of 18, I collected only on the Chakku. Correct? Now, where does it go? It goes in the Mano. So, next time when I see 4 of you, will I see 4 of you as 4 of you? No. A moment I see Avinash, I feel happy. Ah, Avinash, how are you? All good. Okay. Yeah, okay. Until Avinash comes and says that, Vilas, you are not a good teacher. That day I start hating Avinash. Till that time, Avinash is very good. And when he talks to me and saying that, Vilas, I don't agree with what you're saying, etc., etc., what happens? Yeah, go ahead.
See, means present, past, and future. Vedanath. Why these are important? Because they are being stored in the memory house,
Yes, I'm going
and
to come to that.
they are, influencing our perception and everything else.
Correct. So that is how a householder will function.
Yeah.
A normal lay person will function like that. So if Avinash one day calls me and say, Vilas, your Dhamma way you are teaching is not acceptable to me, that day it turns itself into Do Manasa from So Manasa. And Bhim Reddy calls me up saying that, Vilas, your teaching is wonderful. I had not understood it, Vilas. Now I have understood it. All along I had a Do Manasa. Suddenly I feel, ha, Bhim Reddy is my good student now. Why? Because it became So Manasa. And Nayak will say that, Vilas, today is the last day. I don't want to attend your classes anymore. I say, thank you very much. But actually, I am displeased, though Manasa. But since I had Upekha, he wants to go away. I'll say, oh, please go. And coming to Bhimrao, from beginning Upekha, he doesn't ask me any question, nor there are any talking. And Bhimrao doesn't come also. I don't care. Now I will give a sermon saying that whoever comes, whatever, I don't feel anything. But actually, I'm feeling everything. This is a lay follower's life. Got it? So one side Do Manasa, one side So Manasa, one side Upekha, which we don't know Upekha correctly. So the
Lay followers, Miss Puttujan, every action will be tainted with his experience.
of So Manasa, Do Manasa, So Manasa, Do Manasa, So Manasa, Do Manasa. So when I say I'm getting angry, it is Do Manasa. When I say I'm feeling very happy, it is So Manasa. In sight, in sound, in taste, in touch, in smell, in thoughts. This is how I am doing Sala Ayatana. Salai 6. Sa Alayatana is Ayatana is field. So I have 6 fields. Like a farmer owning 6 fields. One field he is having ragi, another field jowar, another field rice, another field potato, another field tomato, like that. Okay. Then there are 6 objects which also have their own ayatana. This 12 ayatanas has to be properly understood. Okay, so we need to see you are. I say vilas is. Cha dhaturo ayam puriso. This vilas is 6th dhatu. Because the vinyana comes in 6 senses. Correct? Chakku vedana, chakku vinyana, sota vinyana, ghana vinyana, like that. Salaitana. So when I say vilas, it is dhatu plus salaitana. That's all is vilas. If I understand it practically, experientially, pativedan, then I have crossed sotapanna state. Now I am a sakadagami because I have seen there's nothing to possess. Then anagami is when there is no kama, chanda and vyapara. Arhat is when the remaining 5 fetters are gone. Ruparaga, aruparaga, udacha, mana, avijja. Done. Finished. Journey over. Now there is no rebirth because without ayatana, without dhatu, there cannot be any birth. So your mara is not there. Now the marana will happen, but you will never be born again. Because ayatana is required for it to start. When the ayatana itself is not there, the dhatus cannot do anything. So you have removed it. This is the whole story of the 5 aggregates. Rupa, Vedana, Sanya, Sankhara, Vinyana. This practice you have to do for the throughout the day.
I think in the sense, even I have started, experience in doing it requires a rigorous practice.
Yes.
This cannot be done in a one go, and just simply by practicing something. You need to practice all the while, 24/7.
Yes. It's not difficult.
With right setting one.
Yes. It is not difficult. It is like seeing yourself and asking this question, what is Patavi? And Lede Sayadaw has written one book, beautiful book. It is called as Lakhana Dippani. Lakhana Dippani. In that he says, he explains every aspect of each one dhatu, but it is very advanced. I can send it to all of you. It's a very nice book. It will explain what is a Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu. And it goes into the structure of Kalapa. Okay? It goes into the structure of Kalapa. That is Atta Kalapa. 8. Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayu, like that. Jivit Indriya, like that it comes. And then you have an experience. So it becomes 10. 8 plus 2. And then in Patavi, how much? In Apo, how much? In Tejo, Vayu, like that. It's a very nice tabular format from side.
Is it translated?
Pardon?
Vilaji, is it translated in English?
I have translated, I mean, he has translated, but I have added some more details to it. I can share it.
Okay.
Okay. So he has a lot of Dippanis, like Vipassana Dippani, like, so this is Lakhana Dippani. Very nice. Very nice.
I just have manual of Dhamma only.
That manual of Dhamma doesn't have this Dippani.
Yeah.
Lakhana Dippani. This is in 2013, 14 I had it. So that was my practice book to understand the dhatus.
Yeah.
So 9 years ago.
Sarji, Also, by how long?
Your your voice is completely gone. We couldn't hear anything.
My question is only in order to understand myself, So, how long did it take for you to realize, means, to feel the body as only dhatus?
Good question. So from 2018 onwards, I can confidently say. So the practice started in 2000. Okay.
Okay.
It has taken 18 years to come to one stage, and from 18, it has increased a lot. So in the last 5 years, my experience is really good. That much I can say. It's a long duration. And then only I came to know that I am a Naya. It takes a long Dhanda Abhinya. That means I have to put lot of effort. I can't do it without effort. I have to put sustained effort throughout the day. So it depends on our capability. It's whatever we call as parami. First and foremost, we need to know that entering into Buddha Dhamma itself is a parami. So there is no other parami other than that. So we don't require any further parami than that. What is missing in us is actually, or what is causing us not to do, is one biggest hindrance, that is the sloth and torpor. Thina mida. We'll postpone it. We'll do it tomorrow. Procrastination. That is the problem. So we have to bring in Marananusati to get it immediately. You have to always meditate on Marananusati, 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 like that. Then that energy will rouse. The Virya Indriya will come. And then it helps. Otherwise, what happens is you become, okay, it's okay, now tomorrow we'll see what is there. I will not question what if tomorrow I don't even get up.
Yeah. Sloth and torpor can, or sloth and torpor can be overcome by just, understanding the means depth.
So many of the hindrances will go when you contemplate on death. And Buddha says, one who is having kama chanda should contemplate on death. Okay. Immediately you will let go of it. Will let go of it. So then this Tina Mida will not be there. You feel really energized and you have the fear. The moment the Salaitanas has the fear, that Tina Mida is gone. But you have to remember that you have to meditate on death. That is another thing. You have to remember. If you don't remember that, then nobody can do anything.
As you just now mentioned, it took around 8 years for you to realize, this. How long it will take for a person like me?
No. See what I found out is earlier I never used to contemplate on death. So it took me that much time. If you really see, I can now tell you from my experience what has gone wrong. Okay. If I were to meditate on death from the beginning, then it wouldn't have taken 18 years. Right. So you can take it that way. So don't put yourself too much in that. Oh, if he has taken 18 years, I think I'll take 100 years. No, it need not be like that. You then what should Nayak say? That he's practicing so much from last 20 years, 25 years. He's been doing that. Right. So we have to put in our effort with looking at what if I die right now, what happens? And then the virya comes. Virya is required. The virya is there. It helps. It helps a lot when the virya is there. Then you will not forget. Sati works well with virya. For that, you need to have saddha. So, first thing I need to develop saddha. To saddha to work, I need to have sati. Sila. So, sila helps me in saddha. Saddha and sila helps me in sati. Sati will bring in virya. If virya is come, then there is samadhi. When samadhi is there, panya is there. Over. 5 indriya. Simple walking. But it's like
It is
in
very,
this morning when I
it
was.
is very,
Yes, go ahead.
it is very important to develop sati. Sati, otherwise, without sati, you can't, daily practice.
Yes. That's the
Daily
reason
when you
sati
practice,
patthana.
yeah,
That is the reason sati patthana is the first one in the 37 factors of awakening. Bodhi pakya dhamma, the first one is sati patthana. Then sammapadhana. Then iddhipada.
yes,
Then pancha indriya. Then the panchabala. Then satta
Panchabala.
bojjhanga. Then ariyatthangika magga. Totaling 37 factors.
Yes.
So first I need to have sati. To develop sati, I need to have saddha. For developing saddha, I need to have sila. So sila gives rise to saddha. Saddha gives rise to sati. Sati gives rise to virya. Virya gives rise to samadhi. Samadhi gives rise to panya. Now I get nibiddhaya, viragaya, nirodhaya, upasamaya, abhinyaya, sambodhaya, nibbana. So this is the structure. So anyway, don't worry, we will do it one by one. So today, what you have to understand is there are 2 ways of doing, one through rupa or through vedana. If you take vedana, do by salaytana vibhanga. If you do by rupa, then you do by dhatu vibhanga. Both will give you the same answer. Some people are good in dhatu, some people are good in vedana.
Yes.
You take that accordingly. Like in the case of Avinash, she has done lot of retreats of Goenka. So he's more tuned towards Vedana. So he shouldn't take Dhatu. He's more to follow what is written in the Salaytana Vibhanga, MN 137. Practice as per that. It works. Because he's continuously working on Vedana. Now if he wants to do something new, it will not work. Because his mind is completely tuned on to that. Yeah, he needs to understand the Rupa, but that is not the main thing. He has to understand the Vedana. That is the main thing.
I have seen mind is always, means, oscillating between Somanasa and Domanasa.
Correct. So when we, yes, that's correct. So whoever has done Goenka technique will ultimately see it is Somanasa, Domanasa, Somanasa, Domanasa, which is oscillating, and that appears in the body as sensation. So since the Goenka technique or the Lady Sayadaw technique or Ubakin technique, whatever we want to call, the technique teaches how to observe the body sensation through the mind. It is better to follow Salaytana Vibhanga. Those people who have not practiced anything on this way, they can practice the Dhatu way. There's no need for there to get into this Vedana. Or even if I have gone to the retreat of Goenka and I could not understand, I could not get anything, there's nothing to feel bad about it. I can come to Dhatu. Because it works. From Dhatu also it will work. From Salaytana also it will work. So, Dhatu person don't have to comment on the Salaytana person, and Salaytana person don't have to comment on the Dhatu person, because they both will work. Ultimately, you will see the dukkha in both. And that's it. Once you see the dukkha, everything is clear.
Sir, what I you have realized now, it requires tremendous practice.
Yes.
And go on teaching a lot of overlap of practice.
You have to hold it. Yeah.
See, now practically I have realized or understood it requires tremendous practice.
Correct.
And if you keep on teaching, so many new things, it will be covered up by the new things and the layers and layers will be, right? So
So,
I think,
no, that's the reason, Reddy. I'm not teaching new things. What I'm saying is
uh,
on Rupa Vedana Sanya Sankhara Vijnana only I'm talking. I'm not talking anything new.
yeah,
So, first we looked at Rupa.
uh,
Now we come to Vedana. For Vedana, you need to have Salaitana Vibhanga. Got it?
yeah,
So, first you have to make Rupa Nibidda. Then the Vedana will become Upekha. If Vedana becomes Upekha, Sanya becomes Anicca. If Sanya becomes Anicca, Sankhara will become Samatha. If Sankhara becomes Samatha, the Vijnana will be Nirodha.
yeah.
This is the formula. Okay. Now the
And
question.
in order to, establish this formula, it will take very long time, I hope.
Let it take as much time as it want.
No, no,
But
I mean, means we have to go that way because,
yes, we have to go that way only. But what I'm trying to say is you need to have a map.
yeah, yeah. Roadmap is, yeah, of course,
This is the
roadmap is
roadmap.
very important.
This five aggregates is a roadmap.
Yeah,
First, you understand what is Rupa. Hmm?
yeah,
Yes, yes, Avinash.
Yes, sir. Whatever you intend as per concern with the dhatu and all that, as per the experience of long courses of mine, the Guruji has explained something all in detail in the long courses, discourses, as like of that. Ratherly, the practice is on the samvedna. Through samvedna, we may be the experience like that.
Okay, no problem. See, that's the reason I'm telling is that when we go for a long course, they will, let's say we have done 60 days course
Yes,
and we have done many 60 days course. So it is better to follow that approach rather than the dhatu approach because dhatu will be minor, Vedana will be major. So you will see dhatu through Vedana. You will not see dhatu or you will not see Vedana through dhatu. You will be seeing dhatu through Vedana. That's okay. Absolutely fine. So if you see the approach, you should understand dhatu, you should understand Salaitana.
right.
Correct. Ultimately, whether you go this way or you go this way, they both
Exact,
will take you to the
exact,
same place.
exactly.
So let's say, like in your case, Avinash, and also in the case of Atole, sir, you have worked extensively with the Goenka technique. It is not fair to give up, and you can't give up, and it is not right also to give up. So you're now creating confusion is also not right thing. So many things will come. What you should do? You should follow Goenka technique because that is the technique for you. That might not be the technique for the other person, but that is the technique for you. That is a technique for Atole, sir, or that is a technique for somebody who has done many retreats, like 10 retreat, 20 retreat, or as many retreat as they have done. It's for them. They have to go by now. What they have to do is they have to understand the Salaitana, MN 137, and practice as per Maharahula Vada Sutta in case you want to do Anapanasati. So that is your map. That is your roadmap for you. For me, Reddy or any other person like Nayak or who could not get anything from the Vipassana of Goenka or even I've done Paak tradition or some other tradition, I couldn't get it, let's say. I should follow what? There's no point in I following this. I should follow Dhatu. Now there is another problem. I have not experienced Dhatu, nor I have experienced Salayatana. What I should do? Wow, good question. Now you have to go with some tradition. Initially, without commenting, without worrying on that tradition, you should go, because now it has not worked. This also has not worked, that also has not worked, so you have to go to some tradition. Because
If we look the Buddha as a period of the Buddha, as per the style of he was preaching the Dhamma to the different people with a
correct,
different attitude people.
correct,
There are so many mental states of the people. They firstly they observe, because he is a Buddha. There is no challenge in the Buddha. He know what kind of a person in front of him. So that's why he gave as per his mental situation is
correct,
how he is eligible to understand the Dhamma.
correct.
I think so.
Yes, that is, now that we don't have Buddha, we have to do that assessment ourselves.
Yeah,
See, in the
exactly.
Sutta, in the Abhidhamma, you have the medicine, but you should know which medicine to take. That's all.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
if my stomach is upset, I should not take paracetamol.
See, the before Vipassana, I studied the Bhavachakra. Even before I told you,
Correct.
I was a Mahayana scholar. Huh? I was staying at Mahayana monastery. I learned the Bhavachakra apart from the 12 links. Uh, uh, they taught me that you will have to the gateway of your liberation, where which is the link, the Vedana Pachaya Tanna. So there is the link only. They taught me. At that time I was little. I didn't have any particular all information regarding the 12 links and all that. So I got it. I understand, and I feel, I faith, I believe that there is one link. And at the first time of my first course, I understand this is the Vedana, and I got it and I benefited it. I carry on it
Yes, you should do that. See,
like that.
out of the 12 links, some people
Yeah,
will get from Avijja to Sankhara. Some people
yeah,
will get Sankhara to Vijnana. Some people will get from Vijnana to Namarupa. Some people will get from Namarupa to Salayatana. Some people will get from
exactly.
Salayatana to Phassa.
Yes,
Some people will
yes,
get Phassa to Vedana. Some
yes,
people will get Vedana to Tanha. Some people will
yes.
get Tanha to Upadana.
We accept all. We accept all.
Yes. So there's no
Yes.
point in fighting, because everything is within the
No,
12 link
no.
only.
We denied nothing. Whatever the Buddha said right now.
Exactly. So it is not right to say this will not work, that will not work. We have to see
No.
in which link of the Patisamutpada he is talking.
Yes. Yes.
Like if I could take an example, if I take anicca as a word versus anitya, you will not be able to find anitya in the 12 links. You will never. You will find anitya in Paticca Samutpanna. There is one sutta called Pachaya Sutta. In that, Buddha explains. Then you will get that, wow, now I understand. If somebody is saying anitya, he is referring to Paticca Samutpanna. If somebody is saying anicca, he is referring to the 12 links. In the 12 links is anicca. In the Patisamutpanna, it is anitya.
In Tibetan tradition, Bauchakka is also well known as a devil of Anicca. I think you know very well.
Yes. So it is there. If I have ignorance, I will start fighting. No, no, it is not there, it is not there, but it is there. So if somebody says anitya, we need to see from which direction he is talking anitya. He is talking from birth to death. Is it nitya? No, it is anitya. Why? After being born, you are dying, no? So it is impermanent. If you think that I am going to stay like this, you are wrong. So it is impermanent. It's anitya. you will not, no matter whether you say amar rahe, whatever rahe, it is not going to change anything. You are going to die. That's for sure.
That's why in Dhammapada, I think you most familiar with the Magga Vaggo. There is the Magga Vaggo. There is three verses of the Anicca, Dukkha, and Anatta. So Sabbe Sankhara Anicca is the first one.
Correct.
The second one Sabbe Sankhara Dukkha, and the third one Sabbe Sankhara Anatta.
One minute.
I think.
Just, I have got the some work to do now.
Shall I do what?
Shall I leave the meeting if it is over?
No, we are done. I want to close. So I got twice my message saying that it is already 10.
I have already told somebody 10 o'clock deadline.
Okay. Good night, everyone. We meet tomorrow with
Thank you very much, Vilasji. Thank you very much.
No worries.
Right. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.